Alright guys, just want to come to you today to show you this Vantrue Element 1 Pro. Let's show you how it works today, what comes in the box and how to use it. I'll show you how the app works as well, and I'll also show you some of the videos that I was able to take with this to show you the image quality. But basically everything that you need would come in the box. The only thing that you would need to provide is your own micro SD. And that's something that you're just going to place right into the side there. But everything else is going to be here. Of course, that includes the camera, this nice little guy right here. And alongside that, you're gonna get the magnetic mount. So yes, that is magnetic, so you don't have to struggle with it. It's just gonna attach itself real easy, and then you just kind of pull it apart real easy like that as well. All right, so to actually charge it in your car, you just stick it in the charge hole. As mentioned, it does come with a USB-C cable, so if you were to take this in, you can plug it into your computer to download all the files. Of course, you're gonna get your manual if you wanna refer back to that. And it also has this cool little tool that you can use to stick the wires in the car to hide them out of the way. And to attach it to the windshield, you're gonna see this red 3M protective backing there. So you just pull that off and then you stick it right to the window, and then that's it. You're gonna be able to adjust the angle. So it's just about a 90-degree adjustment that you can make on this. So should be able to stick to any sort of windshield. All right, so to turn it on, you're just gonna turn it on with that orange button on the side there. And then that's also gonna double as a event recording button. So what that means is if you are wanting to save whatever video you're on, so let's say you just got into an accident and it recorded the whole thing, what you can do is hold that button. It's gonna save that and put it into a special folder where it won't get overwritten. Because the way this thing works is that it's just gonna, record on loop. But if you wanna save a particular file, you can use that button there. And then your three main buttons you're gonna see at the top there. So you'll see the one to press for recording. You'll see a down arrow, so that's how you're gonna navigate the menus and also turn on and off the microphone. The menu button itself is the third one there, and that's also how you will turn off Wi-Fi on and off. And then lastly, I just want to point out that it does also come with a CPL filter, so that's gonna prevent glare from entering the video. And it's just as easy as tightening it on like that, and that's how you attach it. Speaking of the image quality, so again, it is 4K, but it also includes the Starvis 2 technology, which if you're not familiar, that's basically Sony's technology that allows the sensor to work well in low light conditions. You can still see great detail. And also it allows for high dynamic range. So let's say you've got headlights blaring right in front of you, or maybe the sky, you'll still be able to see the detail in the foreground and the midground, so nothing gets washed away. All right, now let's take a look at the menu and all the features that you can access through there. You have your menu button down here, and you'll see there's going to be three main options. So the first one is recording setup. So these are the settings for recording. So click OK, and you'll see various settings that you can change. So resolution, for example, you can change the image quality, and we talked about the loop recording. So you can change the time that it loops. So I have mine set to 3 minutes. And then you'll see the setting for G-sensor. So that's basically a sensitivity setting that you can set, because if you have that on, it'll detect any sort of collision that you may run into, like an accident. So it'll automatically save the video for you so that it doesn't get overwritten. You have other various things like audio recording. You can turn it on and off there. You can adjust the noise reduction. You can adjust the exposure, so the brightness of the camera, amongst other things like rotating the display, entering your number plate so you know which car these videos belong to, and stuff like that. And then the system settings is just more generic stuff. So you can change the language, you can adjust the Wi-Fi settings, the display settings, and what's really cool is probably the voice control. So this is where you can turn that on and off. So here's a kind of a demonstration of that.
Turn off audio. Turn on Wi-Fi. Turn off screen. Turn on screen.
And as you may guess, the third one would be the files. But to download those files, the best thing to do is to access that feature on your app. So let's take a look at that now. All right, guys, so upon first opening the app, you'll see a preview of whatever the camera is recording at the moment. Right at the top there, right at the very middle there is the stop recording button. And of course, start recording if it's already stopped. Above that, you can turn the mic on and off. To the left is where you can take photos, again, that you can save to the event recorder so that it doesn't get overwritten. And on the right there, if you have a rear camera as well, that's where you can switch between cameras. But at the bottom there is probably going to be your most useful feature. So that's where you access all your files. So it's going to be in 2 main files, but before you download anything, they're all going to be in SD card folder. And then to download anything, you just click on the appropriate video. You can go ahead and click that download button at the bottom right. Now it's downloaded to the local folder on your phone, but to have it appear in your Photos app on your phone, you would just click the sync button at the bottom middle, and then there you go. Now it's saved to the Photos folder. All right, so just one last thing. Back on the home page at the top right, you'll see that gear. So that's where you can access all the settings that we saw on the product itself, and you can change it all here within the app. All right, and finally, here's some shots of the daytime that I took from earlier. So as you can see, very clear, crystal clear video quality. You can even see the reflection of the dashboard in the mirror. That's how good it is. But you know, if you pause the video here, you can definitely read the street signs clear as day. So just great quality overall. And then here's a nighttime shot. So this particular road that I'm about to drive through, you'll see there are no street lights at all. And yet, even when you look at all areas of the image, you can see details very clearly. The trees off to the right, and the tops of the trees, even the sky. And then right there in front of you, you'll see the car with its bright headlights. And despite all that, you can still see the sign on the right very clearly. All right, guys, so I hope that helps you make a decision on whether this thing will be right for you. But if you're looking for something small, simple, and still with great video quality for your dash cam, look no further than the E1 Pro from Vantrue. So definitely check this thing out today.